Hello everyone, it's Natasha here from Treasure Books. So I've put together a purple and silver themed kit for making junk journals and whatever you want really with it. So I was inspired to do this when I started making this Flowish journal. And I'll show you a little bit of it at the end. I have a separate video if anyone wants to have a look. But let's just go through the kit. I know that the lighting isn't the best, but let's just go ahead, shall we? All right, so I think I'm going to start with the papers first. So down here at the end, down here you will see some of the papers that I've included. This is just to protect the paper, so I'll move that aside. Okay, so there's two purple envelopes. There's this card and this envelope. They go together. Then there's this like a handmade, it's got that feel, I guess. It's not a handmade, but it's got that feel. Purple paper, some lilac paper, some of this bright shiny paper, some of this vellum paper. And then this is it. The color's not translating, but it's really light pink, light purple or lilac color, quite thick wrapping paper. And this it's quite a large. It's not fitting, but it's quite large. So that's that. Now let's get on to some of the fabric. Okay, so we've got. This is a piece of leather, piece of purple leather. So I've done mini journals with this, and I've done book plates with this. Okay, the next thing is I've used this as the cover in my journal, the one that I'll show you. Then also this little piece of fabric that you can use whichever way you like. Then this purple little piece. Some of this, and I've used that, I'll just show you right now here, ruffled on the cover. Okay, so that's that. Next, there's this yarn. Then there is this, I don't know what you will call this, but that's what it looks like. I use it for tags and things like that, and all sorts of different things, I guess. Then there's some of this ribbon, and that can be used as little ruffles and things like that in the journal. Then there's more. There's these two different color ribbons, and then there's the silver. I don't know. I don't know what that's called, but let's not dwell. Then there's this thing, lace, maybe. I don't know the names of all of this, so I'll just. And there's these two ruffled ribbon flowers. And there's this little, it's a hair clip, but I would use it in a journal. And then there's this ribbon with these hangy beads. There's that. Okay, then there's this piece of fabric. I envisioned that on some kind of a cover, but I didn't use it in my journal. But then there's more of these trims and bits and pieces, and this one as well. I don't know if you can. I've tied it up so that it's not going everywhere, but that's what this one looks like. There's quite a bit of that one. Okay, then there's this silver bling and some buttons. So that sort of thing. That can be stuck on covers and, everywhere. Okay, and the buttons are in there as well. And there's some more buttons that's coming up. Okay. Then in this little baggie there's flowers. So dark purple. It's not quite as dark as it's you're looking in the video, but dark purple and lilac little flowers. This one is just a little piece of cardstock, but it's got that shiny thing. I've used this in my girly themed journal. I've used this on the cover as a book plate. So videos, you can have a look if you want to. Then there's these beautiful buttons. They're like silver buttons and they're really thin, so they would go well inside a journal. Then there's a little mirror. I've also used this little mirror in my girly themed journal if you want to have a look how it's used, how it looks on the cover. And there's this little thing. I envisioned this to be used on the spine to dangle beads and things like that. So I'll put that back in this little baggie. And then in this little baggie there's all sorts of different beads. And oh, come back. Okay, beads. This one here is a handmade bead. And these safety pins. I have a whole heap of those safety pins, so I'll just pop this back into the little baggie. Okay, hurry up, Natasha, you're taking your time. And now it's all going everywhere. Okay, so that's in there. And then in this little baggie I've got these little flowers. So they look like this. There's, I think, seven of them. And what I've done is in the past is I've even removed them. See how there's a few layers, and I would just use the single flower in my journal so it's not as thick, or I would use a full flower on the cover. There's that. And then in this little baggie there's flowers like that with a brad in the middle like that, and then these ones, and then pop that down. There's bling in here, can you see that? Sequin, and there's a purple heart, two little purple hearts, or three little purple hearts in there. And then there's this silver, that silver thing, whatever it is. So I think that's everything that's in here. So I'm just going to show you the cover of this. I have a full flip through. See if I can go a bit. Okay, so I'll just show you the cover so you can see how I've used the bits and pieces that are in the kit. So this ribbon is in the kit. Then you saw these dangly ones, that's in the kit. This fabric that I've used is in the kit. This I've used the that thing, I didn't know what it's called. I didn't know what most of this stuff is called. But yeah, there's a little bit of this in the kit right over here. And I actually use that for my binding in the journal. So that looks really nice. I've got that's in the kit and I've cut it down. These buttons are in the kit, and these ruffle things are in the kit. This is also in there, you might recognize that. The sequin are also in the kit, and I've sewn them onto this sheer fabric. And I just wanted to show you inside of the middle of the signature. It's perfect. It works perfectly well for binding, that thing. And some of the papers I've used in here are also in the kit. So not everything that I used is in the kit. I was inspired. I started making the kit first, and then I was inspired to make the flow journal. So this is what I've come up with using that. So yes, that's what I wanted to show you. This will be linked in my Etsy. So there you go. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.